What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to another Casually Chelsea show. I am your host, Marshall DBDX. I am accompanied by the greatest panel in the world, Ahmed, Winter Surfer, and Real Chris. I am not exaggerating when I say that. Guys, you already know what to do. If you aren't smashing, then smash away. Like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, links in the description, and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Super chat and super thanks are available as well if you would like to go ahead and donate in that way. And if you haven't noticed already, we have officially unlocked membership on the Casually FC channel. Yes. Thank you. Yes, we've done it. We can now come be a part of the Casually FC channel. You can join via the button if it's available. I just turned it on like 5 minutes ago. Or you can hit the link pinned at the top of the chat. That way you can go ahead and join. There are 4 tiers available. The more tiers, the more members we get, the more emojis we will be able to unlock for the channel or for the community for you guys to use, including the cement mixer emoji, which is available. Anyways, so yeah, make sure you guys are joining the membership. Make sure you're helping us grow and supporting the channel in that way. 4 tiers, like I said, the more members we get, the more emojis and more features we unlock. So make sure you go ahead and do that. It does help out the channel big time if you go ahead and do that. Also, I'll just say this now, and I have to find the link for it, but the Casually FC Twitter is now a thing. So it's not run by me. It is run by Will. But it will be up and running and moving very soon. I will get you guys the link to that to follow very shortly while we're on the show. But anyways, listen, it's been a kind of a slow week for Chelsea, but it doesn't mean that it's been a slow week for Casually FC. It means that we're going to talk about some other things and Chelsea as well and how it involves Chelsea. So to start things off, let's go ahead and talk about the biggest topic that everyone's been talking about this week, which is Man City, trouble in paradise for Pep Guardiola, and what this could potentially mean for Chelsea. Now, listen, I don't understand all the nuances of what's going on. I'm going to learn this as I go, but that's what we're here to do. We're here to discuss this. We're here to kind of pick up on things that maybe we haven't figured out. But let me go ahead and start you guys off by reading this quick article, quick tweet from The Athletic, kind of summarizing a little bit of what's been going on. So to start things off, the Premier League's decision to hit Manchester City with more than 100 financial fair play related charges is unprecedented, surprising, and potentially transformative in terms of the footballing landscape. This is what has happened, why it has taken place now, and what comes next. So we go on to the next tweet right here. Anyways, Manchester City are accused by the Premier League of the following: not providing accurate financial information, not disclosing managerial remuneration for 4-year period, breaching profit and sustainability rules, not complying with UEFA regulations around the club licensing and PFP. Manchester City have been referred to an independent commission over a series of alleged breaches of financial rules between the 2009 and 10 and 2017 and 18 seasons. This investigation has been ongoing for about 4 years, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, boys, but I think that's accurate now. Manchester City charges explain the accusations, possibly punishments, and what happens next. So Manchester City expressed their surprise at the Premier League's charges and pushed back against claims they had failed to cooperate fully with investigations. City are determined to defend themselves against the allegations and are confident to do so. I believe there's no way to even push back on this. I think it's been finalized, and now what's being decided is what's going to happen in terms of punishment. What punishment could City face? Sanctions range from a reprimand and fines to points deductions and even Premier League expulsion, which I don't think is going to happen, but we'll discuss. Any point deduction could be applied when a decision is made or retrospectively raising the prospect of Man City FC being stripped of titles. I would expect that if there is a points deduction, it would be applied going forward. Generally, panels don't like deciding titles in a court process. Doing it that way does not have a real tangible punishment to the club. We're getting close to the end here. With charges as far back as 2009, why has it taken so long? Allegations did not come to light until 2018 of November. The Premier League started an investigation in December. So like I said, 4 years going now that this investigation has been going. It emerged in 2021 of July that Manchester City refused to release documents and objected to the panel set up to rule on that matter. And just for context, Mark Hughes was Manchester City's manager in 2009. 16-year-old Lloris Karius joined the academy. Gareth Barry, Roque Santa Cruz were the first big summer signings. And Diedrich Boyata was Club Young Player of the Year. It was a long time ago. Oh, so I guess this is just explaining how far this goes back. But yeah, those are players I haven't heard of in a long time. Holy crap. Could other Premier League clubs sue if Manchester City are found guilty? If Manchester City are found to have breached the rules, you would expect other clubs to be circling, especially those who finished second to them, missing out on a Champions League spot or defeated by City in a cup final. One sports lawyer's opinion was that he did not see how Man City's domestic rivals could mount a legal claim over football regulations that was disputed by another sports lawyer. And what's going to happen next? Given that the Premier League's investigation into Man City took more than 4 years, it's unlikely the independent panel will come to a conclusion in the near future. This has the potential to take months. So yeah, there's a lot more details, I'm sure, in the article. If you guys pay for The Athletic, you can go ahead and check that out yourself. But pretty much the summary of it all is that Manchester City are fucked. Pretty much, at least for this season. What I think is going to happen is they're probably going to get a big points deduction. Also, big up Dark for the super chat right here. Going to join the membership for the minerals. There you go. Attaboy. Yeah, guys, we do have membership now. Go ahead and join. The link is above in the description. And yeah, help us out. That'd be really great of you guys to do. But yeah, so with Manchester City, this happening to them. I can't really say I'm very surprised. I feel like with Roman, we were funded through Roman, but I feel like for the most part, we were pretty transparent. Like we've gotten a transfer ban. We've been sanctioned. They've investigated us and they haven't found shit. So for the most part, like it seemed like we were playing by the books with under Roman. I'm sure there's some sneaky things that went under the radar, but hey, unlike Manchester City, we didn't get caught. But yeah, with Manchester City and the punishments, real quick, Ahmed, before I let this go to the panel, I think it's probably going to just be a points deduction. I believe Eunice explained this, that if they were to get expelled from the Premier League, it's very possible that the other clubs do not want to accept Man City into the league, which, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of money in Man City in the sense of like being a super club with attractive players. Yeah, they don't have the biggest fan base, which already kind of is like a red flag for as to how much money they're making despite the stadium revenue. But I don't know. The thing is, this could also potentially lead to Pep Guardiola leaving Manchester City and a whole slew of players, which leaves us open to the option of, do Chelsea do away with Potter for a chance to have a go at Pep Guardiola? So I leave that for you guys. Those are my thoughts.
So I just want to say something quickly before we start. And this is on the trophy situation. So in regards to the trophy situation, we can look at Juventus actually for this. So when Calciopoli occurred in Juventus, all of their titles got stripped from the period of that occurring. They are still fighting to stay in court. Yeah, so this is in 04, 05. It got revealed in 2006, and then they did again in 2007. Juventus, right? They're still fighting to this day regarding the trophy. So I'm pretty sure, if anything, like if there were a Man City were to receive, a stripping of the cup, that would probably go on for decades. But that's going on for decades.
Ahmed, can you just speak a little closer to your mic? It's a little hard to hear you.
How about now? Is it okay now?
Yeah, there you're much better. Yeah, you were like coming in and out.
Okay, yeah. So that's one of them. In regards, let's talk about everything in general, right? So Man City, they've got over 100 charges, guys, here, and I think the majority. So, and it's, if you have more than 100 charges here, that's literally a RICO case, man. They've got they have given you a RICO case right there. It's going to be very hard for these guys to get out of all of these charges, in my opinion. Some of them are probably going to stick. And the thing which is confusing me is, with Man City, is they have also put like a spotlight upon themselves, which has also made it necessary for them to be investigated. Unlike Chelsea, I think of Chelsea, who've been so loud and brash that everyone already knows, that we had Abramovich and everything, and we've been transfer banned for it. So at least we've been a known entity.
Yeah, we've been punished.
Yeah. So, but with City, they've also tried to come out with this thing of like, net spend hype. We don't do this money spending anymore. Look at our books. If you go to like, they've even got documentaries like the City documentary of Prime Video showing how good they're run and everything, etc., etc. And it's almost like they've had this front, but in reality, they've been money doping essentially. They've been doping via money. They've been just using their own money.
Put it that way.
It really is.
Oh,
man.
they have, Marshall. They have.
Yeah.
Actually, they've literally been putting a fake front, but in reality, they've just been spending cash non-stop to get to where they are. And if they just admitted that they were doing that, I don't think this level of investigation would have happened to City. If we're being real, it wouldn't. And the thing what's made it worse is, I don't know if you saw a few weeks ago, the highest revenue. City are probably the highest club with revenue. How are you making more revenue than Real Madrid, big man? Like, honestly, you can't be making more money than Real Madrid, Man United.
It does raise eyebrows.
Bayern. You telling me City
they
can
don't
make
fill
more
out
money?
that stadium,
bro? Are you telling me they're making more money, for example, than Tottenham? Tottenham actually can fill their stadium. Like we can laugh about how shit Tottenham are. They fill that stadium, bro. They actually have fans that will fill their stadium. Arsenal will probably make more money than does even us. Yeah, maybe because of last season, but we should be making more money than City right now. How is that happening?
Oh, I think we 100% make a lot more than them because we sell more T-shirts. We do pack out our stadium, even if it's smaller.
Yes.
We are a bigger club. We won Champions League a couple of seasons ago as well.
I'm not even talking about it like it's a bigger club thing. It's crazy how these guys are apparently making the most revenue. They even made revenue in COVID. Like they've been like the big red light. They've been like a lighthouse.
That they made revenue in COVID.
A lighthouse situation with City. Like they've had this huge lighthouse that everyone can see, and they can see it. They've been cheating. So at the end of the day, I said this to you guys already. They're probably gonna get a transfer ban over multiple seasons and a big point deduction. I actually think they might get a 39 point deduction, which would inadvertently 39. I could see that happen, like a major point deduction.
Wow.
Wait, when you say 30, do you reckon like in a few seasons then it's just gonna hit them?
It's gonna hit them once the like the appeal process and everything's done.
Yeah.
Like it will be 39, stuff like that. It will be similar to like Juve, because Juve, they've already been hit with a 15 point deduction plus a further 20 that's incoming.
Mm-hmm.
If they're found convicted, so that'll be 35. So I'm thinking with City, it'll probably be like a minus 40 point deduction automatically. That will be hit with them. That will be hit with them. And this, I actually think is going to cause a few problems for City. Our players got to now want to be coming to Man City now. Realistically, you've got this cloud above you. The branding has already been tarnished. Do you as a world class player? Is a club that's futures in doubt? Do you want to go there now?
Is the appeal even there anymore?
The appeal's not there anymore. Even if you say Pep stays next season, sure, Pep stayed, but you can only be there for like another season or two. Even if we say that, for example, is it worth it, bro? Is it worth it? You have to ask that question. And also people forget City, Man United about to get invested in with new owners. Tottenham are looking for like a minority investor. Liverpool, you never know. Liverpool trying. So, and we've already got Chelsea, which is us. We've already made our investments. We're trying to build on that as well. So there are a lot more new exciting opportunities now available with what's happened with City.
Yeah.
Chris, what are your thoughts, man?
See, Ahmed literally for me, like pretty much said a lot of it on a nail for me because
Ahmed's been studying this shit, man.
I saw when
Ahmed's been hitting the legal books, bro.
No, I know about the Juve situation, because I
think a lot of people.
I watch Italian football like that, and my dad.
But the thing, what Juve did was match fixing, right? That's what I know about. I think there's just a little bit different those cities, but like. I think City are definitely. I was gonna say. I think.
Chris,
go on.
I was saying, so that was the previous 04-06 one. They've got a new one, which is kind of similar to the one which has happened at City now, which is the match fixing not match fixing, which is like the cooking the books, and they're actually. Oh, and I forgot about this. They actually investigating the Danilo Cancelo stop deal that happened with City as well.
Oh, big up to Sarcasm City. Thank you for the raid. Big up to Flawless. Make sure you guys check out his channel. It's in the description below.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so they're investigating the Cancelo Danilo deal that happened. Remember when they swapped Danilo from Cancelo? So that is getting investigated by the Italian FA. So if anything is happening there, that will probably be passed over to the Premier League as well, and then that will also be investigated. So, they're kind of, as I said before, they're very much fucked in some way, shape, or form.
That's crazy. I also heard, there's so much to this that it's so hard for me to, I would have to, sit here for a day and just really look into the whole thing, and I don't have time to do that. But I also heard, there's a possibility that they replay matches, classic match.
No, that's impossible.
We'll get Tevez to come back and shit, just start playing these matches with these retirees.
This is why I'm saying to you, the stripping of the titles thing, it would have to even go further than just the Premier League. The FA
what happens? What happens? What happened to Juve with the titles? Does the runner-up get it?
No, the runner-up
no one gets it.
No one.
Yeah, that's how it should be. A lot of United fans, they got pride and all that. They don't want the titles because it's already been done. It's part of the history. If the titles get stripped away, they just get tainted or whatever you want to call it. It's just there. No one wins it. But Liverpool fans, you got Liverpool fans saying Steven Gerrard slip. He didn't really slip. We still won the Premier League. All that shit. To me, they're more shame. Not all Liverpool fans, but I've seen some Liverpool fans do that. So, some of them being a little bit.
Have you seen that Aguero memes?
Pardon?
Have you seen the Aguero memes?
No, I haven't seen them. I was gonna save the City thing. What I don't think Ahmed said. I think with them getting investigated for the next 2 to 4 years, right? I think that's gonna really leave a bad smell at City. Who's gonna really want to join City when they're getting charged with over 100 charges where they do look guilty in some areas, the sponsorship. I think they get guilty in the revenue and all that. No way they are that sponsor's the highest sponsor with all of it. They just fund themselves. So I think they do look guilty in ways, and that's why I feel a lot of players will probably not think about it going to City, for the next few seasons. So it will leave a bad smell. City will probably be praying to get this over with quick as possible and see what happens, and then you move from there. I think they can definitely get a transfer ban, maybe UEFA ban, and they should get a points deduction if they don't get relegated. There's a lot of people saying relegated, but I honestly don't see them getting relegated to a different division, to be honest. If they get relegated, they get relegated to non-football, I think, if that happens for me.
They can't. The EFL doesn't have to accept Man City if they get removed from the Premier League.
That's what I mean.
They would have to start the National League.
Yeah, start from the very beginning. That's where I feel they won't be relegated. It'd be some sort of hefty points deduction, maybe mid of season. Maybe they may be winning the season, and you just see like Ahmed said, 39 points deduction, and then you see someone else top, and they only got themselves to blame. City. I don't blame obviously City fans, even Pep or the players. They're not the ones who are doing it, but it's a City ownership. They really should have known maybe. They can't get away with all this, so they got themselves to blame. And I'm not gonna feel sorry for him.
Andrew, do you have any thoughts on this whole City situation? I don't know. I don't know if you heard Ahmed go on about it, but
it's all speculative, right? It's going to take years.
True.
Possibly a couple of years before we find out what the overall thing is. So we're talking about over 100 charges, so it's not going to be
wild.
It's not going to be a quick.
It's 115 by the way. Yeah,
it's not going to be a quick look through and then we charge you. So it's going to take ages. They're going to have to go over every single charge. So it is going to take years before you see anything at all. So this thing, Pep's going to walk in the summer or stuff like that. Not really, because the conclusion, the resolution won't be finished for a minimum 18 months to 2 years. So, and it could possibly go longer. And because you've got to think, I don't know. I don't think the FA have an appeal process. They can't take this to CAS, so it's up to the Premier League to make a decision. It'll be interesting to see what City do in the summer, whether they spend money now to get players in, because they're not going to be able to do it in like a couple of years' time. So,
can they do that? Do you not think they're going to be under a microscope though if they do that sort of stuff in the summer?
The issue is, are they under a microscope from the years of 2009, 2017? Right, that's what the main bulk of the majority of the investigation is. They span the years there. They might look at them a bit more closer now, but they could still buy players. It's just that the investigation takes place in 2009, 2017 or 18, something like that. So that's where it's spanned across. If they find anything else out, they may add that, but that's where the bulk of the charges come from. But it'd be interesting to see what they do going forward. Listen, they wouldn't have. It's 4 years this investigation. It's not 4 weeks. It's taken 4 years to do this investigation, so they must know that they have something. Especially, it's over. It's about 100. It's about 100 charges, just a little over, just to do with finance and transfer stuff alone, and then there's other things on there. But you're essentially looking at false sponsorships in terms of it's not real sponsors, it's literally their friends or something like that, or they set up a patsy corporation that doesn't exist to pay to make it look right. I mean, let's face it, no one actually ever believed that Man City made more than Liverpool, Man United, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, or Real Madrid.
Yeah, I've always thought the
ridiculous.
whole time they've just been funded by Sheikh Mansour. So
yeah, it's just ridiculous for them to come out and say they made more than those clubs. I mean, they don't have the support to make that money. And like it's been alleged, they've been doing these financial reports with money that's just not. It's just not there in terms of like where it's coming from. You know, they actually went. I think I saw one of it. The investigation is that they went to where this so-called sponsor was, or their offices, and there was no one there. One of them's like a post box office or something, you know, post box or something like that. It's just not there. So, sorry, it's not FA. It's the Premier League that's doing it. It's the Premier League, not the FA, that's doing it.
It's the competition.
So the Premier League doesn't. When I say appeal process, they might have, but they can't take this to CAS, which is a court of arbitration for sport, like they did with UEFA. And people go, "Oh, well, they beat UEFA." They didn't really beat UEFA because they got fined £10 million, and the reason they weren't more heavily punished was that unlike the Premier League, UEFA's stuff was time barred, so statute of limitations essentially for legal process when it went over, or else they could have been looking at even more. Determined on the punishment, I mean, we're talking over 100 things here, right? So I don't know if they'll be expelled from the Premier League. I know that is an option.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen. I think what you'll see is a points deduction and possibly a 2-season transfer ban.
2-season transfer ban is pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie.
2-season transfer ban, but again, we're talking probably about in 2 years' time when it happens. So what I'm saying is they might have already bought whatever to stock up.
I really don't think they're gonna get relegated or kicked out of the Premier League. I think they're too big of a club. It's like one of those things that's too big to fail. They're too big of a club to not have in the Premier League. I think the Premier League understand that people want to see Man City. To a certain extent, people want to see other clubs versus Man City. So we're talking about Liverpool as a United, the rivalry there. They're just a good club to watch. I mean, I'm sure when it comes to like TV revenue, they attract a certain amount, a good amount of money. I don't know. They just don't fill out their stadiums. I'm sure. Look, I haven't seen it here where I am. I have not seen Man City shirts, but I'm sure that they do sell plenty of Man City shirts. They have some of the greatest players that the world has seen. We're talking Haaland shirts, Kevin De Bruyne shirts, so on and so forth. So I'm sure they make money for the Premier League in some ways, but I don't think it's nearly as much as they claim to have. So I just don't see it very likely that they're going to get kicked out of the Premier League. They're too big to fail.
I'd only say like I feel like if they do like match fixing, like that is too extreme. Where I seen where, yeah, you deserve to be relegated because you literally are actually fully cheating. There's no grey area or nothing, like that's full on cheating. So, but yeah, I don't see them getting relegated either. But if they do get relegated, I'm not gonna feel sorry for the club, like the owners and everything. Why? Yeah, I'm not gonna feel sorry for like a team what's been very dodgy in revenue and sponsorship and everything, and they probably don't sell as many shirts as like four or five clubs in the Premier League, or maybe more. They're not like a huge fan base for me. I don't know how, Nate. I don't know how they don't have a huge fan base because they're winning a lot of Premier Leagues. I don't know what it is with them.
I mean, just don't have the history. I don't think they have the history. They're not like United's history or.
Oh no, yeah, they can't even compare. They can't even compare to City, not City, Man United or Liverpool.
I mean,
or
for years, Manchester City was like a bottom of the league team.
No, yeah, like even in 2000, man, they even lost like Middlesbrough like 8-1 or something in the early 2000s, I think it was.
They got relegated in the mid 2000s. People forget that, you know. They actually got relegated in the mid 2000s. But
was that before the Saudi takeover?
Yeah, this is just before the Saudi takeover.
See, but that makes sense now. But now that they're that Man City versus this Man City are two completely different Man Cities. You know, this iteration of Man City, they're huge. I mean, you've seen the talent that they bring into the club. You've seen how they've dominated the Premier League and how they made a huge stamp of impact in the Champions League. You know, they're always a force to be reckoned with. They made it to the final 2 years ago, semis last year, right? Yeah. So I think Man City has established themselves as one of the big players in Europe. So I just, again, them getting relegated as big as they are now, it's like asking, you know, Bayern Munich to get relegated. It's like asking Real Madrid to get relegated. I mean, obviously those clubs have much richer history, but
the fans just go somewhere else. The fans will just go somewhere else, I think.
United? You think so?
No. Oh, you're not. I think still Man City. Like Man City fans, if they do get like relegated and shit or expelled from all the English leagues, until their fans will just go like to Arsenal or whatever. Like they just go somewhere else. Like, yeah. For me, if Chelsea got expelled, I'm sinking down that ship.
Yeah, probably. I would probably do the same thing, unfortunately.
I just, it's a sad day, but I just sink down the ship.
You know, on the topic of City, with all this happening, there's rumors going around that Pep could walk away. Pep was quoted at some point during his Man City reign that if Man City were ever found of illegal activity and cheating and stuff, that he would walk away. Well, I don't know if he's a man of his honor. Maybe he said that for the press and whatnot, but let's just assume he means it. Let's just play devil's advocate. He is going to walk away from Man City after all this has come out. I know nothing has been like settled. They haven't been fined yet, but like 100 counts of cheating and all that, that's kind of hard.
In a couple of years, maybe a couple of years where Pep leaves.
Maybe. I don't know. It's possible he could leave this season.
In a couple of years. Oh, this season. If it's this season, I'll still sack Potter for Pep easily. Like Pep is like 10 levels above Potter for me. Pep, very good coach, good at management, has like a very good system, knows how to play really good football, and knows how to win trophies. And you know what? I like winning trophies. I can't help it. I've seen it most of my life with Chelsea, so I would have Pep in a heartbeat. I'm not like fully trusted with Potter. I still back him. I do back Potter. I want to see Potter next season. I want to see what he does next season with the new team. But if there's a chance to get Pep, I'm getting Pep. Sorry, Potter. It's nothing personal.
I mean, I'm sure this is a silly question, but I mean, do you guys feel the same way?
Well, if we can get him, of course, it'd be nice to get him. But I think maybe he might leave the season. If he does leave at the end of the season, he can't. Let's go straight. Let's get Pep your ass, and then the sack. It's going to cost you like, what's it? How much is it? Is it not 60 million, like his whole salary over like 5 years?
Do you think these owners care for 60 million?
Be
honest, man.
It's going to be, I'm the same, man.
Be honest.
It's going to be a bit wild. wild to about 48 million.
It would be wild, but like, is it unrealistic with these owners now at this point? We just went through the most bombastic January transfer window and a very like, even the summer transfer window was a little taken back. I'm not gonna lie. They just redid it again in January. So I don't know, give Pep a 10-year deal and make it like 120 mil or some shit. I don't know. But like I think it really, I would like to think that Boli and Igbali are fair people and they're gonna give Graham Potter until the end of the season and see what happens. But I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to just, you know what, scrap this, let's go with Pep. Pep has been proven. He's looking for a club. At one point in Pep's career, he almost came to Chelsea. So
Pep's on 20 million a year. It's not much more than Potter. Apparently.
Hey, Winter Surfer, big up to you, my friend.
Oh, the members are out now.
That's what I said. That's what I announced. I said the link is there and everything.
Come on, Chris,
people, don't be like Chris, okay? Listen, there is a link for memberships pinned to the top. You can join as well on the button. There's 4 different tiers. You can join for as little as how much was the cheapest one?
99
pounds. 99p. There you go. It's quite cheap. So go ahead, guys. You can be a member. You can be with the emojis, play around with them, and the more members we get, the more emojis I'll give you guys. But yeah, come be a member.
Also,
anyways,
I don't want to interrupt anyone's flow, anyone's stream, but there are 74 of you here and only 35 likes. You bozos, press the like button right now, you bozos. All right? You obviously like us, like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Interesting, and we're here for you. Let's bump up those likes, man. I need to see more likes. Come on, let's do this. Helps with the algorithm. That's what probably more of you have found us because we're getting more and more viewers. Yeah. So let's go. And people that come over from Sarcasm City that stayed with us, join it, man. I know we're predominantly Chelsea, but we want every single team, every single follower here, and also no echo chambers here, my friend. And also, while I've asked you for likes, none of us are going to walk off for 5 minutes and have a temper tantrum until you hit the like button.
Wait, but I will.
Not going to happen.
All right,
okay?
bye, guys.
But help us out. Help us out. Help us out with the like buttons. Picture. And if you don't like what we're saying, that's absolutely fine. We welcome all opinions here, okay? But attack the argument, not the person, all right? Carry on, whoever was speaking. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. All right, anyways. But don't be like either of them, Flawless. You understand. Don't be like either of them, all right? We got the Zia Shader over here and the forgetful one.
Man. You can hold that draw for me.
But yeah, guys, 76 of you voted, but you can't hit the like. Come on, you guys could do better. Also, big up to everyone that has joined and that's become a subscriber. We hit 1,600 subscribers last night. So
nice.
Yeah, congratulations. There you go. We're growing. We're getting up there, boys. We're getting up there. So listen, if you like the content, I know 60% of you come here and watch the content and don't subscribe. Hey, you keep coming back. Subscribe. All right? You like us. Just say it. Just say it. You like us. You want to give me a big old smooch on the lips. I know you do. So just go ahead, subscribe, okay? Hey, yo.
I'm coming on your ass.
It is what it is. Pause. But anyways, no, you will not be muted, Baba. You're entitled to your opinion, my friend. So,
nope.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Guardiola. Do you take him? Do you sack Potter? Do you give him the benefit of the doubt?
That's a trick question. Of course you take him. Yeah. Sorry, I listen. I back Potter, but in terms of under realism, I got a feeling though that when Pep leaves City, I think he'll take another sabbatical. I think he'll take another year off. Because you got to remember this is his longest job he's ever had in management. Remember, even longer than Barcelona. Barcelona, the main squad was 4 seasons.
Yep.
Bayern Munich 3 seasons, and you've had them together, and that's the amount of time he's been at City. So I just think he will take a sabbatical. Now, when he comes back, if he's up for it, absolutely. Of course I would take him. Of course I'd take him.
It would be convenient if he did take a sabbatical, considering we would probably want to run down Potter's contract a bit, and hopefully it turns things around.
Also, like I said with the previous thing, the Man City charges, the charge is there, but the thing's not going to be probably found out for another 2 years. You can stay another year or so, then take a sabbatical, and then come back. We're probably 3 years. We may be 3 years into a Potter reign. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure about that, by the way. But obviously, I'd like Potter to work out so we don't have to need to go for a Pep Guardiola. But if it's something where we're stagnating or just not moving on, or just not where the owners don't feel we're in a place where we need to be, and he's out, he's taking a rest, you go, do you want to join in whatever the month in the next summer, blah blah, yep, then you do that. So it's a harsh reality, but it's like he's one of the great, he is the greatest manager that ever lived. Okay, I'm sorry, he just is. You can have your server Alex Ferguson all you want, but this guy's been to 3 different countries and done it and dominated. You might say, "Oh yeah, always had the best teams." Still dominated, bro. You know what I mean? So, and he did it,
man.
Yeah, maybe he's got skill to do it in Europe.
Don Carlos in that discussion.
Yeah, that's one thing he has to do with Man City. Is win that Champions League.
Carlo Ancelotti's never retained a title, so that's one thing against him. He hasn't. You can check that up. He's never retained a championship.
I know, and that's why I'm saying that.
I'm just saying, and Klopp.
Listen, it's good. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But this is definitely a debate topic for the future. Who is the best manager who've ever existed in modern day football? I guess you could say. But yeah, I mean, with all this happening,
50 likes. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. With all this happening, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Man City. I think everyone's keeping their eyes on that one, especially because there's also going to be players that are going to be. It's going to be a liquidation sale. I don't think a lot of these players are going to want to leave Man City. I think, especially the ones that have been there long term, I'm sure they've had like a life settled in Manchester. They don't want to have to go to London or Newcastle and all these other, or even another league. It would be a little bit of an inconvenience for them. We'll see. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting paid by the club because of fines and bans and all this stuff, then that could incentivize you to seek another club. You never.
The reason Pep didn't come to Chelsea before was because of Roman's the hiring and firing policy. Okay, and that he wouldn't really get a say over incomings and outgoings of transfers. So that's why he never came to us. Well, that's what speculation. That's a few of the reasons why. It may be different under this regime. You know what I mean?
Could be. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think now this iteration of Chelsea would probably be a really good fit for Guardiola. But at the end of the day, it's up to him. Maybe he wants a different challenge in another league. Who knows?
Well, the only thing would be if you go after
Serie A.
If you leave Man City, no way would he go Real. Are you mad? First of
no,
all,
Serie A.
Sorry, I thought it was
okay. No.
I'm going to be honest.
Going into the Spanish Catalan argument there. Do you know what I mean? No.
I don't think there's a point of him going to Serie A.
Italy's fine, but the only thing you could really say about Italy is maybe if he goes to like AC Milan and tries to rebuild them. Now, can he do that on a smaller budget? I don't know, because that's one thing that an asterisk against Pep is that he's really only done it where the checkbook has been basically thrown at him. You know what I mean? Now, you could say he's a checkbook manager, but you still have to input his style of football, which has been excellent. So. But yeah, I'm sorry if he says he wants to go to your club. I don't care how long the manager.
You make it happen.
You just take it. You just go, yeah, absolutely.
Who knows? PSG is another one you could throw out there too, depending on how.
They're under investigation as well, mate. So.
Oh, true. They are under investigation.
I don't know. I don't know if he. What do you think?
Same owners.
What do you think of the French league is challenging? Do you know what I mean? With PSG? Well, obviously, I know he's won 4
even the Italian league, I would argue.
I know he's won 4 titles. Or is it 4?
I mean, he did manage Bayern.
Yeah, but if you think of the 4 titles he's won, two of them have been really close by a point. So while he's won 4 titles, he's not like dominated, apart from the Centurions team and the 2021. But that could be all the COVID stuff with that. It's like, you know. But the other 2 times, Liverpool ran in close by a point, and he won it by a point. So, you know, like I say, I think only Italy or some type of romantic trip back to Barcelona or something like that. So.
Oh, I misread this. I thought for a second it's like we don't need Pep, we need a striker. All right, continue.
You've already got a Javi there already in it.
Hey, man, we got Fofana
discussing in the chat. That's it.
The thing is, you've already got Javi there. That's like their new generation. Like
that's what I mean. So,
yeah. And he's about to win the league. He could potentially win the league this season. They're like 8 points ahead of Real Madrid.
Oh, Barcelona. Oh yeah.
Oh right, Barcelona. Sorry, yeah.
I was thinking like Real Madrid have not been doing well in the league, and then there's also this Vinicius thing that's good on the league. It's not even actually I think part of it's obviously like racism stuff, but they are killing Vinicius in that league. Like they hate that guy with a passion, you know. It's not.
What did Vinicius do wrong?
You
said they're killing Vinicius.
Essentially, yeah, because they're just marking him out of the game.
Right. I saw some guy literally do like a client, like a face and like emoji.
The thing is, like, Vinicius is having like the Neymar situation that what Neymar had when he went to La Liga, in it, where he will be doing all this craziness, and like these guys, they want to be shown a bit of respect in it. You know what I mean? It's the same situation in like, you know, when Richarlison was doing that thing. It's not non-Forest. It's that thing that's steroids.
Yeah, you take him. Anyone says no, I don't believe you. So just don't.
Hey, proper Chels, proper English managers.
I don't believe you.
We'll see what happens with this one, boys. I'm sure more of it's gonna unravel as the days go by, but this was definitely the hot topic of the week for sure. Another thing I wanted to bring up is the potential for new shirt sponsors. This isn't a very thrilling topic, but we'll just discuss it.
Why not? Why is it not?
Okay, Ahmed, goddamn. All right.
Why not, mate?
Jeez. Okay, you know what, Ahmed?
Ahmed's got a sponsor.
I got you, bro. Ahmed, I got you, man. I'm going to read this out for you. I want to see the excitement in your face as I read it, all right? So, right here, we have Matt Law reporting. Chelsea are in talks to a number of companies over a lucrative new front of shirt sponsor to replace 3. The move will delight supporters who were angered by the telecommunications giant's reaction to the sanctions imposed to the club last year, which, very true. Trivago, big up to you guys because you guys stuck around.
You're real ones, isn't it? You're real ones.
Yeah. So this is from the Telegraph. I couldn't find a tweet, but this is a gist of what's been said in an article. Chelsea are in talks with a number of companies over lucrative new front of shirt sponsors to replace 3's £40 million a year deal as the club's principal shirt sponsor is not set to be extended past the end of this season when their contract runs out. Todd Boehly, Clearlake Capital ownership, aim to significantly better the £120 million deal, a £20 million deal that was agreed with 3 in 2020. Chelsea's deal with 3 was joint 4th largest in English football, and Boehly and Clearlake will hope to get a much closer to or even better than £67.5 million. No, is that euros? That's euros, right? No, it's pounds. That is pounds. Okay. A year deal that Manchester City have with Etihad. Funny enough, we just mentioned it, Manchester City, with Etihad. Liverpool hold the second biggest shirt sponsor deal with Standard Chartered, worth £50 million a year. And then another one right here. Again, Chelsea are in talks. Telegraph understands $40 million a year. Principal shirt sponsors not set to extend. Todd Boehly, Clear aim to significantly better. Okay, this is pretty much the same thing. As well as holding talks over front of shirt replacement for 3. Chelsea are talking to a host of companies about a new shirt sleeve sponsor after the cryptocurrency firm Whalefin were forced to terminate their £20 million a year deal after less than 12 months when they ran into economic problems. So new shirt sponsors potentially coming around the corner. I am excited to see what it could be. Amazon Prime?
Nah, listen, what I'm saying to you, man. We can dream of it, you know. Windows, you never know, Windows XP. Bring back
XP.
Samsung.
Wait.
You never know. Samsung. Bring back the old Samsung one.
This man said Windows XP, bro. No one's used Windows XP in fucking 20 years.
I'm not about like how much like which sponsor will cost you though, but doesn't the Red Bull sponsor look good on a shirt though?
Yeah, but that's too.
Yeah,
you can never
but
do that. They already have like.
I don't think you can.
The clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they own clubs.
But I'm just saying, listen, man, bring back the old legends in it, the real legends, the real phone, Samsung.
They'd be huge. They are huge.
Samsung would be very huge now.
And
yeah, they're bigger than way before.
And we already have a relationship with them previously with our old kits, yeah. And some of our best kits have been Samsung kits.
Jesus Christ, guys!
You imagine they recreate like the old shirts as well when Samsung comes back. That'd be amazing, man. That's
But no, you'd have to get the Adidas guys. You'd have to get the Adidas deal to happen. Once the Nike deal ends, you would have to go back to Adidas to get those retro kits back again. Yeah, man. Listen, there's a lot of good ones that out there, man. You can even get the old Coors. So. You know, like the American guys, isn't that Coors an American drink? Coor, Coors, right?
Coors, Budweiser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. You can have that one again. You can have the old kits from then. Coors.
When I was younger, I always thought it was called Cools, like COOLS, because I was stupid.
So you can probably get those, but like, let's not get Tesla because that's too much. There's a lot of baggage there. I've been seeing a lot of Tesla ones. Too much stuff going on there.
I'm saying Dodgers on the front shirt. Dodgers.
Only fans.
Dodgers wouldn't be a sponsor.
Only fans sponsor. No way.
Pornhub, fucking A, man.
Oh, actually, fun fact, yeah. Pornhub is actually looking for an actual sponsor, so you never know, man. You never know.
Well, if you think about it, if you look at these sponsorships that sponsor the LA Dodgers, where Todd Bowley is an owner, maybe a minority or something like that. You know, they've got Coke, Domino's, stuff like that. So the thing is, they're looking obviously to bring extra revenue in, having the front of the shirt and the sleeve. So they're probably looking, not combined, but the deals to be combined up to probably maybe 150 million a year, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The shirt sponsor, they're going to want to be one of the, if not the biggest shirt sponsor, maybe an English club has ever had. So
yeah, we just want to be big.
That. The shirt, the sleeve as well.
Sleeves.
Yeah, sleeves.
We had Hyundai before.
Hey, they give
the car company there.
Welkin was on there.
Hey, if they're giving us like 150, they can pull it wherever.
No, I'm just whether it's at 150 maybe combined, but there'll be two separate deals. So
I mean, now that I think about it, with Man United, they have Chevy, Tesla. Right?
They
could do Tesla.
Yeah.
They had Chevy. They don't have Chevy anymore.
No.
Oh, My United have Team Viewer now. They have Team Viewer. If you don't know what Team Viewer is, it's just a website where you can just use someone else's computer.
Well, they had Chevrolet as the main sponsor, but also just like Trivago is not our main shirt sponsor, it's our training kit sponsor. So, but I'm sure they won't want to go away from Trivago because of the way they stuck with us. But then business is business, and money talks. So, sentiment goes up when it comes to business.
There's a lot of big sponsors. I really think when it comes to sports in general, Budweiser's a really huge one here in the States. Budweiser would probably be a big one that I could see happening, especially since I think Budweiser is
they sponsor other they sponsor like leagues and like the World Cup and that stuff, right?
Yes.
So I don't know if they can support a club.
Yeah, they can. They can sponsor whatever.
That's fine.
I mean, they're based out of California too, I believe. So it's like,
remember, it's sponsorship, not ownership.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. Because if you remember, you probably remember this when in Scottish football, Rangers and Celtic had both. There was a company called NTL. It was a cable company. They both had them. They were both sponsored by them on the front of the shirt. So,
that is smart business. Whoever did the sponsorship for that one.
I'm just saying this. It was on there, so it's like It's like there shouldn't be any. Like you say, it's like Red Bull sponsor. Obviously, because they own them, don't they? But you know what I mean. It's like they got their own sponsor on Leipzig and Salzburg and stuff like that. So, I mean, Emirates. Didn't they sponsor Real Madrid and Arsenal at the same time?
Yep.
I think
they don't have the Emirates. They have that Emirates.
Right, but I mean, on the front of the shirt, Fly Emirates is actually on. I think Real Madrid's.
It was on Man City as well for a period as well, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's not about money's the money. Do you know what I mean? You can,
money talks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not ownership, it's sponsorship. Damn. So Ferrari, there we go. Ferrari, yeah. Autoglass is great.
Get fly for Enzo.
We had Fly Emirates. What am I talking about? We had Fly Emirates, I think, as well. Yeah.
Yeah, in the 04-05 season.
Yeah, we had Fly Emirates.
Yeah, because that's a heads up, guys.
You got 02. I don't know. It could be anything.
Yeah. What heads up? What?
Twitter is down completely.
It's not down completely. It's
because I made a Twitter account. And
that's what it was, yeah.
Oh, you're the one with the Casually
FC it was too much.
channel. I heard about Casually FC. Yeah.
Google's another one. Yeah,
I'm glad you, Chris. I'm glad you
never know.
Google. Actually, that is a crazy shout. Google could be a potential sponsor.
I think it could be a good one.
Out of California, right where Bully is situated. These are all possible, especially now that we're like in the American Apple, like we're in the American market now, and we have an American owner. There's connections there.
If you think Todd Bowley with all the stuff, and even Clear Lake stuff like that, aren't tapping those resources to sponsor either the shirt, the sleeve, or something else to do with Chelsea, you're out of your goddamn mind right now. Okay?
Oh yeah,
out of your mind. And they probably would want to not only give the naming rights away when they redevelop the stadium, probably even like naming rights in each stand. You know what I mean? It's
hey man, you never know. Man.
I mean, we're working on a new stadium, so
imagine you having KFC at McDonald's, little M.
When they redesign it to look like it won't look, but redesign it where we'll have state of the art bars or something like that. You better believe sponsorships will be on there. It's just going to be. That's what it is for. Our shorts will be sponsored next. Yeah, probably. There's no rule against that.
I could see it.
Socks,
no, there isn't.
Socks, stuff like that. Honestly, there's no rule against it. The whole kit could look like an F1 driver's.
Yeah, like an F1 car. F1 car, yeah.
Look like the back of a car's bumper.
Honestly,
Jesus
the
Christ.
F1 car, so literally got full of stickers.
Back of the collar?
Yeah, little one there.
Yeah.
A little tramp stamp for the players. We owe you, Coors.
We'll be sponsored like fuck.
Amazon, you're right. Amazon Prime.
Apple. You know what I mean? iPhone.
Yeah,
Apple, Google, Amazon. There's big companies there, so there's a big potential, and it could really help the club out. Huge. Yeah. So yeah, you know what, Ahmed, you were right, man. This is a good topic. we go ahead. Trust the process. Well, speaking of trusting the process, let's trust the process and see what happens with this man. Kovacic potentially leaving Chelsea Football Club. I'm sure some of you saw it happening, but there's a little bit of an update. So we're just going to run through these. Little update from The Athletic. There are no serious discussions about committing Matteo Kovacic to Chelsea beyond June 2024. I don't really know how to feel about this. Mostly because, on one end, I don't want Kovacic to go, but on the other end, I don't feel like we're going to be missing him because the club is doing a good job. Shut up. The club is doing a good job of just, replacing these players and coming up with new talents. So the scouting's been working, right? So
I think we had this big discussion on Lewis's show today about the midfield, replacements and stuff like that. I think the most turnover will be of midfield in the summer. Yeah. Everyone's trying to pile on the Andrey Santos kid, but no one knows what he's going to be like.
Of course,
I think there was a report that came out this week about Juventus being open to a Zachariah or selling Zachariah to us very cheap if we include Kovacic in on a deal. I think Kovacic wants to go. Okay? I think he wants to go. He's been there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4 seasons?
He's been there 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
He had a good run.
I remember the first one he came on loan in 18. So, and also, listen, as good as he has been, he's been utter shit since the World Cup. And also, he's missing more and more games per season. He's got this. Apparently, he's got this mythical knee problem, but I don't see that at the moment. I don't know if someone made that up, but. He's approaching, what's he, 29 now? 28, 29?
28.
He is one of our younger midfielders,
I think he might be part of a clear-out this summer. Now, what does that mean going forward? So that means, I think they will try
28,
and sign
you're right.
I think they'll try and sign Zachariah on a permanent, or Zachariah, however you fucking pronounce it, I don't give a fuck. Zach, call him Zach. Try and sign him on a permanent. You've got Andrey Santos there if he does well. You've got Enzo Fernandez. You've got potential of Lavia coming in for Southampton, possibly even like a Caicedo, someone like that, a Kone from Mönchengladbach, a Kefren Turam from Nice, I think he is that. So there's options there. And they'll probably keep Gallagher or Mount, depends who if Mount doesn't sign the contract.
Fucking minerals, bruv.
Yeah. If Mount doesn't sign the contract, I think they'll sell him in the summer and give Gallagher a new contract. And you got Loftus-Cheek, who's just very comfortable being there and doesn't want to move.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's all a big bad thing happening. Plus, the scout in the system might find someone we haven't even heard about. And it's just a sensation. We buy him for like 12 million or something like that.
Based on the talent we've recruited in January, the scouting team has given me a lot of confidence. Like, I've seen what these players could do a little, I've gotten a taste of it and they look pretty good so far. Hopefully they can keep it up. But I also don't think, look, I know we don't necessarily know what Potter's system is, but you can kind of see what he's trying to make.
Oh, Chukwuemeka. Sorry, Chukwuemeka's there as well. Sorry, yeah, there we go.
Chukwuemeka as well. Yeah. But with Kovacic, I just don't feel like he fits the system that Potter's trying to make. Like, I think Potter wants either, when it comes to the midfield, he wants a DM or an attacking midfielder. He wants to play with DMs and attacking midfielders.
Let's look at this. If you play two behind the 3 and the 1, it's like reported that they want to try and get a striker, right? But you've got Nkuku coming in to play behind the striker. So that takes up the central bit there. Now you want 2 behind him. One is Enzo.
Yeah.
And one is whoever the partner is. That's where your profile changes to be more like a Caicedo type. Kante might stay, so that's another midfielder added.
Yeah.
Someone like that, a Zachariah. Someone who is not an out-and-out DM, but shows more the qualities of a DM.
Yeah. I mean? Which Kovacic does.
It'll be more possibly defensively sound and stay back a bit more. But that's what I think, because I'd like to say I think Kovacic is just he's putting a good shift. He's done 5 years. I mean, he's won a lot here. Do you know what I mean? So
he won a Champions League with us.
It's like he's won Champions League, he's won Europa League, Super Cup, Club World Cup.
It's just a Premier League, really.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I love Kova, but like what Andrew was kind of alluding to, like, he's not necessarily a solid DM. I don't want to put him in a DM position. It's not very much his best position. He's an 8, right? But I think Potter wants more attacking 8s, which is why he's probably persisting with Gallagher and Mount. But even as an attacking 8, Koba isn't that's not his thing either. He's just kind of like a box-to-box dribbling number 8, really. So I just don't think he really fits into the system too well, or the little system that we have seen.
I just think, we can let Kovacic go.
I think so. Yeah, I agree.
For a good price for me. It has to be a good price. A decent price.
How much do you think he goes for? Because you brought him...
Today's market...
We brought him for 60. We brought him for 60.
No, we want for 40.
No, we got him for 40.
My bad for getting 40.
Yeah.
We could probably sell him for 80.
I think
I really think no, but hold on. Like I think like he's still a really good midfielder. He just doesn't want to play for Chelsea. He's been injured. You saw how good he was in the World Cup, and you know what the market is for midfielders now. This guy's going into his prime, so I think you probably could go for an 80 million pound price tag.
50-ish for me. I think I'd be happy.
Havertz is do you know the price tag for Havertz right now is 50 right now?
See, I think clubs will look at his injury record, and what's his contract left at Chelsea? That's another thing I don't know.
Kovacic doesn't.
1 year left.
Kovacic is injured. Oh, okay, fair enough. With the 1 year left, maybe not.
The thing is this. I believe it's a seller's market. Because of the length of the contract, we will have to make some type of compromise. So anywhere between 40 million upwards is probably a good sign. He has an improvement. He has improved, I think, as a player. And his overall standing in the game has improved from being a Real Madrid bench warmer. Do you know what I mean? Like he said, he's played very well on the international stage. He's played very well for us. He's played more so very well for us than badly, right?
Yeah.
So, but like you said, I don't like a midfield two of him and Enzo starting.
Yeah, me either.
Because it's like when him and Kante start, both like to be a bit more, and that's why maybe I don't like even the thought of Enzo and Kante starting. Kante also likes to roam forward, so it's like, what do you do? And there's been no news about his contract talks.
Yeah,
unlike Kante and unfortunately unlike May.
Exactly.
And stuff like that. So it'll be interesting, man. Because like I say, I think there'll be a lot of clear out. There'll be more clear out than this, but I think the midfield might be the main focus of the transfer window, giving us what we've done in other areas. Because people like going,
should be, yeah.
But people are going, oh, we can sell Koulibaly. What are we going to do? Well, we've got Balotelli, and we'll probably promote Colwell. That's that done. Keeper for me would be the other target because both are crap. So, and then you got Nkuku coming in and possibly a striker. So it's another one of that. And people worried about how much we're spending, but we could get. I did theoretical sums today on Lewis's thing. You could get over, for what we sell, we could get over between 200 and 300 million in sales this summer. I know it's not paid all at once, but on the
yeah. But overall, in the grand scheme of it,
you want to sell Cho, Pulisic, and Ziyech all this summer, right? That potentially could be anywhere from 90 million upwards, given Cho's got English tax on him as well and stuff like that. And then
maybe Gallagher can get shoved in some as well because clubs are looking.
I agree. I think Gallagher could be one that goes if it comes to it
for 40 million.
Yeah, because an English player sale is different on your sheet than another sale because of like FFP and stuff like that. So
there's many good opportunities. That's why people were saying, "Oh, look how much Chelsea is spending. We are going to sell a lot of players as well." Like and slow down about spending too.
Sammy's like we're tripping about. Yeah, listen, bro, it's a seller's market, bro. We got.
Well, I said 80. I just didn't know with the 1 year left. That is outlandish. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it not? It's going to be 2 years.
We got 60 million for Morata
and Oscar.
And we're valuing Kai Havertz at
long time ago.
Don't be disrespectful to Oscar like that, man.
Man. Selling Oscar for 60 million back then when he wasn't really like big enough.
We got 20 million for Gahey and he didn't play for us.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Yeah, true. Yeah, so man, there is a market for these players, and I'm sure there's a top team that wants Kovacic. He's not a bad midfielder at all. He's just not fit for this club.
I think with Ziyech, you could probably get 5 million for him.
He could honestly play for PSG.
Ahmed, you know what, bro? Ahmed, I'm done with it, bro. All right, we're moving on to the next topic. On the topic of midfielders, let's talk about you got. Yeah, I need to bring out the cards, man. I got to get myself a set. Yeah, exactly. Big up Matisse, all right?
But maybe I was being too positive then. What 2.5?
Wait, what?
I said maybe I was being too positive with the 5 million. 2.5 million, maybe.
Oh, he's asking for it now.
Okay. I'm just gonna. All right, we're just gonna move. We're gonna move.
I halved his price. That's what I said.
I'm trying not to get triggered right now. Anyways, Chelsea want Andrey Santos to join the first team as soon as possible. They want him for this season. They're working on a work permit. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. We did bring up Santos. I'm not opposed to him joining the first team. I don't think he's ready to just be thrown into the first game available, not like Mudryk, not like Mudweki and all that. I think he does need to be given a few minutes to adapt, a few minutes here and there to come on as a sub, to really learn the game, get used to the Premier League, get used to the damn weather for one as well, because it's totally different than Brazil. But this is interesting. I kind of was thinking he might go on alone still, but apparently the clubs want him to join the first team. I don't know what you guys think about this. Too soon, or do you think it could work out?
See, the thing is, if he gets brung into the squad, he won't be like an automatic starter. So I'm not too bothered if he like comes into the first team, because he would be like, hopefully Potter will like throw him in like in certain games, like 20 minutes there, 20 minutes here, like Chukwuemeka. Like Chukwuemeka's been getting 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and maybe he gets a start if he's lucky, if he's performing well. Because I don't know how good he is. Like he's some 18-year-old who none of us actually seen. So I don't mind it. We've already thrown Lewis Hall in here. He's 18, right?
True.
So yeah, like I don't see why we can't throw him in. Like I want to see what he's like at 18 years old. I don't think any of us are gonna be too harsh on an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And our season looks to be pretty much done, so it's not gonna hurt, to be honest, as well. So it's whatever.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not opposed to it either, as long as he doesn't get thrown right into the starting 11. I think he needs to get given 15 minutes here and there, maybe one game, give him 30. You know,
he needs time to relax and settle. That's what he needs. Don't be putting him in the starting lineup next Tuesday or against Bruce.
Please, no, I don't want to see that. That's just going to set him up for disaster. It'll ruin his confidence. It'll ruin his mentality going into this. Like, we don't want that. We don't want any more Timo Werners. Anyways, but yeah.
Easy.
So with Andrey Santos, we'll see what happens with this kid. I am surprised to hear that we are going to actually try him out. But at this point too, like considering how the midfield's been going for us when it comes to injuries and stuff, I'm also not really surprised. We are kind of in a desperate spot. We'll talk about injuries and a little bit later in the show, but for the most part, Andrey Santos, again, if he's managed properly, which I really hope Potter can do, because he's shown that maybe he can't.
Yeah, he manages Fofana pretty well.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, he does, but he doesn't manage other players like Mason Gallagher and Reece James coming off of an injury very well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this one. On to the next topic.
Hang on, I think.
Go ahead.
I don't even know what this kid, what type of player he really is, because someone's telling me he's like a central midfielder, but he's like top scorer in the under-20 championships or something. He's got 5 goals or something. So what is he? Because if he's like that marauding midfielder that likes to run up and score, then there's no point putting him next to Enzo in the midfield, because we want Enzo to do that, right? Yeah. So exactly. The only way he fits in with an Enzo is if you play a flat, if you play a free in midfield, right? And then, but then you've got to have a discipline like when he was here, like a Jorginho or like a Zachariah, fuck off, who cares? Zach, Big Zach, or a Kante. But that's what I mean. So everyone's going, oh yeah, I can't wait for him to pair with Enzo. I don't think you understand what type of player this kid is. Do you know what I mean? He wants to be that marauding midfielder, like how can I best, maybe like an Oscar / Ramirez hybrid sort of thing.
I can see that.
Where Ramirez, they used to put Ramirez in the pivot, but I never ever thought he was a pivot type player. So it'd be interesting to see what he does.
That's actually a really good comparison, to be honest, because from what I've seen, from what I've seen of him, he does play very similarly to a Ramirez.
Right.
Where he just he's scoring goals, but that's not his main prerogative, but he's usually sitting back and he'll run into the box, he'll join in the attack. I think that's a really good comparison.
Oliver's put box to box scouting, which is fine. But he's then not the type you want to put next to Enzo.
Yeah, that's exactly
in the two, right? It's just that because you want Enzo doing that or moving forward more and being the one to move forward more. You only put him next to Enzo with Enzo in a free, where you've got them either side and one sitting. Like that.
Yeah, and we need someone like that, which we don't really have. We don't have, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'm sure that'll be. I'm hoping that gets sorted out in the summer. But listen, I am excited to see how this player develops. I think we've done a good job of scouting for the most part.
I'm sure he'll be given time.
He has to be. He has to be.
From our
just like we're giving, just like we're giving Hutchinson time. I think this is another player we got to give time as well.
I don't think anyone realizes that Hutchinson's still at the club or cares.
Yeah,
because we just bought basically a load of wide players that he goes further and further. That's why we tried to loan him out. in January because he goes further and further down the amount of players we get into attacks. So he'll probably go on loan. Let's face it, in the summer he'll probably go on loan.
Possible.
Yeah,
it's possible. I'm not. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen that way. All right, next topic that we're going to talk about. Let's touch on the status of Aubameyang. So we got a little bit of an update on what's going on with Aubameyang. So right here we have Nazar Cancela reporting. As soon as this, exiled Chelsea striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is weighing up interest from Major League Soccer side Los Angeles FC. And I don't know where I saw it. If it was, I don't even know if I have it, but apparently we're even willing to pay his wages just to have him go, which is a little wild. I'm not going to lie, but it means sometimes it happens this way. Did we do this for another player recently that we just paid their wages, or we paid half their wages? Lukaku, right? We paid half of Lukaku's wages so he can go to Inter.
Inter's paying his wages.
Oh, okay.
I think you're talking about Batshuayi.
That's why it was only a £7 million loan fee.
Oh, okay.
We didn't want because we said you got to pay the wages, but there was a compromise on that. So that's why the loan fee's low.
Fair enough.
I think you're talking about Batshuayi. That's what we did with him in the summer.
Okay. All right. I thought maybe also the idea was also circled around with Lukaku, but maybe it just never came to fruition. But Aubameyang, yeah, it's just sad. It's sad it's come to this. It's this happened, but it happens. He was a victim of circumstances. Tuchel got sacked, in my opinion, too soon.
It's not sad.
Didn't work out.
Sad. It's not sad. All right. At the end of the day,
I just don't think I don't think he's an MLS level player though. He's not there yet.
Well, we can hold the MLS now, man. That's where he's going. He's going to LA. He's going to the sunshine, the hot weather. He's gonna be enjoying all those Hollywood actors. Let him enjoy him. Let him enjoy himself, man. How old is Aubameyang? 31, 32? Man, time's up for this brother. Time to play in the MLS.
I think he's 33.
Oh, 33. Yeah, definitely time's up for him, man.
Jesus.
Look at his hairline, bro. You know what I mean?
You are not someone. You are not someone to even talk about hairlines. Okay, you need to calm down.
Hey, Ahmed,
this guy.
Don't like me. Would you want his hairline?
Karma.
No, I don't need his hairline. You've got the same hairline to us, actually. Unironically. Listen, at the end of the day, man, he can. Yeah. Listen, man, pack your bags with man. You're going to LA. Enjoy your time there, man. You know what I mean? Enjoy the sunshine. You can get a tan if you want to as well. Hey, man, that's what you know what to say. The sun's good for melanin skin. Boom, man, enjoy yourself. At the end of the day, he was meant to be a Tuchel signing. Tuchel's gone now.
Yeah.
Potter doesn't want him. The club probably didn't want to sign him either. That's why they took so long to get him hit to the club. Yeah, bye-bye. Simple as that, man.
Yeah, because you're right. I mean, he got admitted from the Champions League squad. They didn't have to admit him from it. True. Potter actually deactivated him from the Champions League squad. He didn't have to do that. That's an extra bit he did. Because remember, it wasn't like he deactivated him to get an extra space for a new signing. We couldn't do that. We're going to do three new signings. But he purposely deactivated him from that squad.
Why the hell did he do that then?
Well, he obviously doesn't rate him, or they've had a falling out or something like that, which is fine. But then I just point to the fact then why don't you do it for people go, why don't you do it for other players? Obviously, you rate some other players that we don't rate. So it's like...
It is what it is, isn't
it? The way it is, unfortunately. Listen, I understand he's our best finisher at the club, no doubt. But I know Potter hasn't played him.
There has to be something going on in the background. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
he was in Milan, bro, on game day. So
but Potter let him.
But maybe he was allowed to do that because nothing's come out saying we had an issue with that. So
yeah.
But listen, maybe Potter was just being honest to say, I'm not going to play you. I don't play with that type of player because if you remember, he doesn't really play with that. That's why the reports of us signing a striker in the summer has me perplexed because I don't believe Graham Potter likes to play with an out-and-out striker. He didn't really do that at Brighton. I know Welbeck came in a couple of times, but he didn't really do that at Brighton. Remember, he used to play Mopai up front.
Yeah.
So...
Mopai, Trossard even played up there a few times.
He wasn't really playing Broho when he was fit. So it's like, but listen, mate, people say it's a waste of money. For us normal people, it is. £10 million is a waste of money. For clubs, it's not. It's not really a waste of money. It's just a write-off, really.
Just a bad investment, isn't it? At the end of the day. Simple
Yeah,
as that.
it's £10 million. It's not going to cost.
It does happen.
How much chicken we can sell for? Like 5 million?
No, probably 2.5.
Focus
I'm
on
being
this
real.
2.5.
I'm being very real.
I mean, we did devalue him for sure.
Yeah, and plus his wages, like how much his wages are gonna
How
cost
much
us
is he
there?
on at Chelsea? I don't even know.
Probably 250k.
He's on 150 or something.
How is it?
Yeah, he shouldn't
I
be
thought
on like
250.
300, near 300. It shouldn't be near 300.
Yeah, so
I do feel bad
Anyway,
for the guy,
man.
though. I think he got a shit end of the stick.
I don't.
listen, man, I don't feel sorry for
bad.
that.
I really struggle to feel bad for people that earn that much money. I really.
Yes.
All right, I
I
mean, that's a
really
fair
struggle.
point. That's a fair point.
He's not a young.
The guy wants to play ball.
No, but he's not a young footballer either. Like he's
Yeah,
he's
he's
had
a
his
young
career.
footballer.
He's had careers.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
had
That's
his
true.
career.
He's had a career, yeah.
Mm.
At
And
that
again,
fucking
this one is
Arsenal.
33. Look at his hairline. His age
He's
is
still
showing by
earning
his hairline.
150
You,
grand.
you need to leave these guys. You need
You're,
to
you're
just.
doing a lot of
Absolutely
friendly,
nothing.
yeah, friendly fire.
Not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Ahmed, you should
I
take
can cuss
Josie's
myself at
advice.
least. I can cuss someone with the same hairline
I
as myself.
understand. He's 33 and still earning 150 grand. I think he's got a fucking 7-leaf clover stuck up his butt or something like that.
Yeah, man.
You know, or
And he'll
horseshoe
definitely
or
get a big
something.
check at MLS too. There's no doubting that.
Oh,
MLS
well,
like to
they
pay.
won't have to. They won't have. Well, if we're paying the wages, it's basically a free transfer. It's
I
a
mean,
free
after
loan.
that though.
Well, that I don't think. Yeah, but I don't think they'll pay him 100. Actually, going to MLS will probably be one of their younger players at 34 if he goes to MLS. He'll probably fall out there.
He would.
probably fall out.
You never know, man. You can even go to Liga Bibiva. You know that one? The
Into
Mexican one.
Miami.
Oh, the Mexican
Well,
league.
maybe Saudi Arabia. He can battle Ronaldo.
Ah,
You never know. Next season, you can go to Al Nassr or Al Ahli vs Al Nassr. You know what I mean? You can go to Al Ahli.
Al Hilal.
No. There's another one. Al Ahli. That's the other bigger team.
No one cares.
Jesus.
You know, Al Ahli is the blue team that they lost today. Actually, we faced them in the Club World Cup.
Oh, that's the one I'm saying. I just pronounced it wrong. Al
No, it's called Al
Hilal.
Ahli. Ahli.
Al Ahli.
Ahli. It's simple, see? Yeah, sorry.
I can't say it. I'm sorry. I'm too American. But
I
yeah.
know, man.
I will batten up, but yeah, it's just all right. Sorry about Oba, it didn't work out. It was nice knowing you for the short time you were here. So let's go ahead and
Go
talk
to
about.
Turkey.
Let's talk about El Monstro. Let's talk about Sir Thiago Silva. So some updates on Thiago Silva. Not really much of an update, but Chelsea are progressing in talks with Thiago Silva to extend the contract for one more season, valid until June 2024. Discussions ongoing, waiting for green light. Considered top player and leader in the dressing room. Chelsea hope to complete agreement soon. Okay, hands down. I think we all want this. Until he just can't, and he has howler after howler after howler. I think I'm all for Thiago Silva playing. He should be rested more, in my opinion, just to take care of him and give him the respect he deserves. But at the end of the day, he's still putting in performance after performance after performance. So I'm not opposed to this.
Listen, I think we can all agree wanted to say until we start seeing his hairline like Aubameyang starting to receive. I think we're fine. I think we're fine with Thiago Silva.
This man.
That man plays like he's 32, man, or even younger.
Yeah. You see what I mean?
I know
It's
how he
fine,
does
man.
it. I really don't.
Until we start seeing grays of him.
He's honestly apparently on stats though, like one of the best centre backs, like in all stats for defensive, like interceptions and tackles and everything. He beats a lot of defenders, even a lot of Arsenal defenders. So he don't look at where Chelsea are, like, oh, Thiago is not doing that great. He's doing really good. It's just like we've had a lot of shit, a lot of injuries. We don't really have a right back. Aspie's trying his best, I guess. Aspie ain't got the legs, so, but yeah, Thiago is unreal. I'd happily have this guy extend every year until I know he can't do it. Unless he wants to retire at Chelsea, perfect. I don't mind him retiring at Chelsea too. It'd be a great retirement.
I'll give him a statue for all I care.
There's so many players who need a statue of this club.
I mean, he definitely deserves it. I'm not gonna lie. And Harry brought up a good point last show that it's hard to really say who is a better center back in the world right now than Thiago Silva. There's not really many names. I mean, Guardiola.
Oliver's right. Remember, we were told he couldn't play in the back four. So
Yeah,
we were told that at his age he couldn't play in the back four. We were told that. So Just currently sitting.
Ain't got the legs, man. Ain't got the legs.
Oh.
You know what I mean,
just saying he's currently sitting in defence that holds the third best clean sheet record in the league. So
best in the league.
Yeah, it's all that, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's all good.
Oh my god! Yo, that makes you sick, you know. Imagine having the third best in the league.
Yeah, it's the other end, isn't it?
We kept a lot of clean sheets this season, actually.
We kept 8.
That's the point, isn't it? That's the problem.
Just as many as Man United.
Can't break down defenses, man. Can't break down defenses. Literally.
Give him 200k contract for vibes. This is spite now.
He actually deserves 300k.
He's on over 100. I think he's on 110 or 100.
Yeah,
maybe even 100.
But he deserves the 300.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Easily.
If I saw like Chelsea give him 300k, deserved.
I wouldn't bat an eye.
The guy.
No one cares how much someone earns if they're performing well.
Yeah, the price tag never matters unless you're performing.
No one bats an eyelid or probably even knows 100% how much he earns, but no one cares because he performs. That's the whole thing. It's like, I don't care how much someone earns if they're performing well. You know, the reason I go on about
do your job, as they say, man. Do your job.
The reason I go about Kepa's wages, the reason we go on about Kante's wages and stuff like that is because they're not performing. You know. Kepa has been recently a little bit, but still, it's still too much he's on.
Kepa's definitely having a good season this season so far.
Yeah. I think he's done this contract. He's like 150, right?
155.
Maybe. We'll see at the end. I think we have to definitely see at the end of the season and evaluate Kepa from there. There's still a lot of the season to go, and he's had no competition.
I think he has a good season, so we can sell it.
Oh yeah, if a decent offer comes in, I'm with Andrew. I do like Kepa, but like I would move him longer. Say 40 million came for Kepa. I think I'm taking out. Like we've invested a lot of money.
40 million.
40.
Yeah. 40
like
million.
and we gotta have a good like keeper coming in too though. Like for me, like okay.
They eyeing up either Diogo Costa, which I have reservations about.
I have made reservations.
The Brentford goalkeeper Raya or something.
Wait, this right here. Okay. Who needs a banner? Kepa needs a banner? Or are we talking about Thiago Silva?
No, it's about the discourse today.
I was going to say, if Kepa needs a banner, we need to reevaluate this chat.
No, there was it's because of some funny discourse that happened this morning with the other.
With all those banners with Mason and all that, I
heard because someone asked them, how come Kante hasn't got a banner yet?
Yeah,
but apparently Mount has got one before Kante. I didn't even realize
because he didn't win back-to-back Player of the Seasons, Ahmed. How do you not know? Fucking minerals, bro.
No,
let's have it
right. I thought Kante already had a banner. Apparently not.
We start doing a lot of banners like later, now. I guess.
Has he even got a song?
Kante.
But he did when Bakayoko was in the club. And he hasn't gotten a song since.
Yeah, that is shocking, man. This is some shocking
Cubs fans are just schizophrenic.
Sorry, disrespectful. What the hell? Chelsea fans, you got to step up.
Imagine one of the reasons on Twitter I saw today why Mount's got one ahead of Kante. Or Mount's been here since he was 15 years old. I don't give a fuck if he's been here since 15 years old. What's that going to me? I got a guy who, in his first season, won the Premier League and got Player of the Season, and dropped an all-time Champions League run.
Pretty much won everything.
Man of matches in one leg of the quarterfinal, both of the semis and the final itself. You know. Fucking hell. And
this is disrespectful too. God damn, how has Dave not gotten a banner?
Has he not got a banner? Well, that's a disgrace.
Yeah, Mr. Consistent, man.
It's actually kind of mad when you think about I thought some of these players already had one.
I think because they started making them later on, and we just forgot our legends, I guess.
Hey, if you have a problem with it, where's your money to chip in for a banner?
That's how tapped some of this fan base is. That's all that they give. Listen, I don't really care about the banners or stuff like that.
I don't know.
It's nice to look at.
It's like going. The real, like you said, the real question would be: how come these players haven't got one yet? How can we think of a banging Mendy song and a banging Bakayoko song, but we didn't really have a banging Hazard song? What the hell?
True.
There's basically Eden. You can put it for any name.
That's so true.
You can put it any name, couldn't you? Yeah.
Like Kai Havertz has got a good song as well, man.
Kai Havertz has got Kai Havertz has got a song.
And Timo.
Timo.
I like Timo's song actually, but yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it's the rubbish players.
We rate the bums, man.
We rate the rubbish. This is the typical.
And so don't get a song. Don't get a song.
This is so typical of you, predominantly UK fans. But as a country, we love the loser. We love the underdog. Do you know what I mean? If anyone stands out, we have a problem with success and stuff like that. Bloody! Can you imagine in the old days if we didn't think up a song for Frank Lampard, John Terry, and that, and thought of one of Paulo Ferreira. Or Paulo Ferreira is very good, mind you, but do you know what I mean? If there was a band of Paulo Ferreira before,
or Bosingwa got a song.
Bosingwa. Oh my God! Imagine with the Bosingwa banner ahead of like Ivanovic or something like that.
Just one huge unibrow.
Yeah.
Oh my days!
He's the one player that
is
actually met
unbelievable. There you go.
I've
never met a Chelsea player, so
I actually met him. You know, in the old
the thing about not hearing not knowing if there's a Kante song or not is that he's not on the pitch.
He's not on the pitch to have it be heard. Yeah. So yeah, fair enough. Oh my God! But all right, let's move on to another player that's gonna get a song before Kante does. Zachariah. Let's talk about this gentleman right here. So there's a good chance that he could potentially stay. I'm told the club have yet to make a decision on Denis Zachariah, and a number of factors are being pondered first. Contract situations with Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Matteo Kovacic could play a part. This is coming from Simon Phillips. As of right now, based on what I've seen, I wouldn't mind keeping Zachariah. And definitely, I could see Kovacic leaving. Ruben, I don't know what's going to happen to Ruben, to be honest.
That's so that brother, man.
Very true.
Be careful.
I don't mind if we sell him. It's not a matter of that. It's just like a matter of like, is he going to want to go? Is he going to stay? Are any clubs even interested for him?
Listen, there's a lot of clubs interested in him. It's just that his flipping wages are the issue. Like last year,
how much is he on?
People came in 150. 150.
Okay.
People forget this.
That's right now, right? That's right now.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying to you, obviously, he's gonna.
But if he likes to stay and wants to stay, they might be able to negotiate him to lower it.
But he doesn't. I don't think he provides enough quality for me for Ruben Loftus.
Yeah, but he provides something very different than any midfielder there. We're talking about like having Enzo that and finding him a partner. That's very true, Chelsea, bro. You are right. You are right. We were spoiled. Not spoiled, but we were graced with excellence back then. But the thing is, Zachariah. Fucking hell, let's go and fix that.
I think it's Zachariah.
Zachariah. Who cares?
Damn.
He provides something different. First of all, he provides something different, and in the form of what we're looking for in a partner for Enzo, a player like that.
Yeah.
Plus, if the rumours are believed that you could get him on a cheaper, if you put Kovacic in a deal to Juventus, may also appeal. Then again, if they go to Potter and look at him and see at the end of the season how many times he has played when fit, do you want him for next season? He may say no. So, that may happen. But, 150k is reasonable. Look who's on 150k right now. You've got, I think Ruben's near 150k. Kepa's on 150k. Stuff
Isn't
like that.
Mason near 150k as well?
No, Mason's on 88k.
Oh, Jesus Christ, never mind.
Yeah, but he wants
240.
We don't know what he wants, man. We don't know what he wants.
Pulisic is near 100, but Pulisic is near 150k. Chose on 120k. So
The thing is, I've said this, even with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you can make a lot of money with Ruben Loftus-Cheek because he's a homegrown talent, and when you sell him, you're going to be making instant profit. So from the club side of things, you probably want to be selling Ruben Loftus-Cheek either way. And then you can probably find a suitable replacement for Ruben Loftus-Cheek that provides what he does, probably on the cheap as well, I would argue.
But also with the signing players now, the way they're structuring the payments, even if structuring the contracts, even if UEFA somehow passed this only 5-year maximum contract thing, which I still find hard to believe, since this is a private business and you can't really do that. It will still be incentivized. So the base salary may be lower than what he's on, but incentives will be like, oh, you'll get this much, you'll go up to this much if you play 20 times in a season, 30 times, stuff like that. So it will be incentivized like the rest of them. So.
Yeah, we'll definitely see where this goes. I didn't think he was going to be good at first, but he's been proving me wrong, and he's been performing well from what he's been from recent performances. He did get injured a little bit. We will talk about that in a few. But I mean, if he keeps going the way he's going and the performance he's been putting in against top teams too, like he put on good performances against Man City. The
Man City game was like very good. Like he was like that
was
DM
convincing
piece. Like I felt like we needed, but he's not a DM, but he can play a DM. I feel.
Yeah.
And that's what I do
he's
like
been
about
performing well, and you know what, man? Kudos to him. I think he's really turning his career around because it wasn't looking good. It was looking pretty grim when he just came into Chelsea, especially
because Juventus. He just weren't making it Juventus, was he? So that's why it's looking grim.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Let's go on and talk about Mr. N'Golo Kante. This one's pretty brief. This one's pretty short. Not much to say here. N'Golo Kante's chances to stay at club are currently 50-50 or 60-40 in favor of Chelsea. So still up in the air a little bit about N'Golo Kante. Again, I'm still surprised we're even entertaining this. I thought Jorginho would have gone last, but at the end of the day, the club do rate Kante, and you know what? It's been a while, but we do have to remember that Kante, when fit, is still a really good midfielder, and arguably was a huge part of why we were winning games in the beginning of the season under Tuchel. So, look, as long as he stays fit, I don't mind Kante staying at the club. I think fitness was always the biggest issue, which is why I figured maybe it would be best to just move him along sooner rather than later. But if there's plans for Kante, if Potter has a plan for Kante, then we'll see what happens. Kante is not too far away from coming back as well, so who knows? Maybe we'll win the Champions League. I'm kidding. That is a joke, okay? But
I say there's another reason why he doesn't get sold, Marshall.
I'm gonna blame you when we don't win the Champions League.
You can't sell an injured player, can you?
You also can't sell an injured player, true. But you could organize. I mean, we got Nkunku and he was injured, right?
No, I don't
think. You can always set up something so that the player could go to your club once he's passes.
You mean like you keep him for the season, but you got past the medical, and you can't do medical when you're injured. So
didn't Nkunku do a medical for us already? I don't remember.
He can't do medical when he's injured. It's impossible.
He did part of a medical. He did part of a medical last year, if you remember the reports.
When he's injured.
Okay.
Nope. After the transfer window.
Oh no, yeah, but we're talking about through injury, Andrew. Like,
no, he did part. If you remember the reports, it came out. He did part of a medical. After the transfer window ended in the summer. You can go back and research it.
Okay, you mean with like since Kante's not injured now, we can still do it now? Yeah, okay.
No. What I'm saying is, Nkunku did part of a medical before his injury. He threw people over to Germany. There was reports about it, so. I think that was to find, to see anything else, any underlying conditions that he may not be made aware of. There'll be another medical done when he signs, just part of the process.
Anyone else want to have something to say on the N'Golo Kante contract negotiation before we move on?
I
don't like the length.
Oh, go on.
I don't like the length. I think he should have to prove. So I would do a 1+1 if you're going to keep him.
Like Thiago Silva.
And it would be heavily incentivized in terms of he has to hit certain market, he has to play so many games to get the next year activated, stuff like that. So that's what I would do. It'd be heavily incentivized because, as his current contract dictates, he is not worth 290 grand a week because he doesn't play a lot of games.
True.
So, and also the problem is, the timing. Is you're negotiating with someone who's out of contract in the summer, but he's coming back from a long-term injury. He's already missed 31. He's already missed 31 games this season. Right?
That's crazy.
And he's only got 3 or 4 months left to try and prove that what he can offer us. He's turning 31, or sorry, he is 31. I don't see a lot of upside in this, and he wants more than we're offering 2+1. He wants a 3+1 deal, and I just don't see the upside of that at all.
No.
To me, there's no upside as great as he has been.
In the past,
I just think when it comes to Kante, there's a lot of. When it comes to it, it's more about what people want to keep him because of more of what he's done in the past.
Yeah.
Like forgetting that since basically the Champions League run, he's had very, very little games where he's been good. A couple of games last season, he was good. The Lille game, he was good. But if you remember, he cost us in the Champions League return leg at Real Madrid. Yeah. He was okay at Everton. He was very good against Tottenham, but then he got injured. And remember, he was supposed to be out for 6 or 7 weeks with this injury.
Yeah, he's been out since.
And now it's turned into what? 7? It's going to be 7 months nearly, with a hamstring as well. At 31,
missed most of the season.
The guy who's had consistent injury issues since the 2018-19 season. So, to me, even the 2+1 deal, I wouldn't offer that. It'd be 1+1 at max, and the +1 is if he plays a certain number of games. You remember the way that Aspilicueta had the 1-year extension when he hit a certain amount of games or something, or you could activate it or something like that. So,
true. That's actually not a bad incentive to put in there, considering his availability.
Or maybe a pay as you play. Something like that.
What did they do with Andy Carroll at Newcastle?
Yeah, right. Because he had injury issues. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it takes longer to recover when you're older from injuries. You know?
What's shocking to me too is that the injury he's out with right now is the same injury he was out with under Tuchel and over the summer, which he's had several
hamstring injuries. You know.
Yeah, so
I was quite shocked looking at his injury record. Actually, that 2021 season he wasn't really out that long for a long period. There's many seasons around that. So.
We'll see what happens with this contract, but
we'll probably find out. I think in what is it now? We're in February.
2 weeks.
Probably end of February, early March. If big man staying.
I hope they hold off and see how he returns. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'd like to see him.
Because he's back in training.
Once we ease him in, I need to see him start 10 games in a row.
Yeah.
And be consistent in those 10 games as well to see if he's truly recovered. And even then, like I said, not 2+1, definitely not 3+1. Not 2+1.
He's looking for the Willian deal.
At reduced wage as well.
Yeah, I think from the talks.
Willian tried to negotiate that. By the way. The 3+1 when the club offered him a 2+1 deal. And then that's why I went to Arsenal. So
from the talks earlier in the season as well, when we were in the January window, I think they even said that Kante was willing to stay because they weren't going to reduce. He was fine with the same wages, which I mean that's a good amount of money, but it should be incentivized, like you said.
Really, of course, I'd be fine with the same wages. Nearly £300 a week.
I thought he wanted more, to be fair.
No, but of course I'd be, because I bet he was expecting them to go on a reduced wage because of his injury record, and that's what we should be doing. We should be going to this guy. You've been great, but fundamentally, it does not make any sense, sentiment-wise, financially. It makes no sense for you being 31 with your injury record and recovery that takes longer for you to be on £290 a week for the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Rabataha.
Oh my God.
If Pep leaves Man City, you want to enlighten me what other club he's going to go to? Just enlighten me.
Plus, it's just a general question. You know what
Sunderland?
I mean?
Sunderland?
It's just
Sunderland
a general
FC?
question. We're sorry. Are you a Man City fan? We're sorry we hurt your feelings.
Does he go to Sassuolo? Like what other
That'd
club is he going to go to?
Sassuolo?
That'd be...
Yeah, sure with that budget, yeah.
That would be something else. But hey, listen, there's a structure very similar to Man City's that Chelsea's currently building. There's money to back him. more realistic than anything you're probably going to say. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here. A few more and we're almost done, boys. We're getting to the finish line. I actually didn't expect this to last this long. I thought we were going to run through these, but hey, we're making a show out of it. That's why we're the professionals.
Slow and steady wins the race. Marshall, remember that.
It really does. It really does. So, new goalkeeper. We were talking about it slightly before. Chelsea scouts have been in attendance to watch Diogo Costa over the last few weeks. He's coming from Graham Bailey. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I like Diogo Costa. I know he's young still, and he's going to make mistakes, but I don't know. That World Cup performance wasn't very convincing for me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
He was that keeper.
The Portuguese one.
Yeah, because I know it's a Costa. Yeah. Oh shit.
The thing about this guy is now he's in conversations about what managers think is important now for goalkeepers. It's more about distribution than it is about that comes first above everything else, and that's what he is good in. He's got good distribution. Huh?
He's like an Edison essentially.
Whatever it is, you know how the goalkeepers now have to be top notch at distribution, playing with the ball, something like that, before you even go to their goalkeeping, stats and decisions and stuff like that. I'm with you. He looked hella shaky in the World Cup. Arguably cost Portugal's place in the World Cup, but that stupid decision to come out and Morocco score from a header.
The Ghana one was another one.
The Ghana one too. That's lack of inexperience, but still, you have to be better.
I do like. Link to Raya from Brentford. I like the Croatian goalie in the World Cup.
I was gonna say he's got a good shout for me. Yeah. I know you guys don't like it, but I still like Martinez. I think I do rate him as a goalkeeper.
Well, Martinez, I think Martinez.
Not bad.
I think Martinez is I think he's got 1 year left this summer.
Okay.
So there's a chance you could approach him. I think he's 20. Is he 29, 30 or something like that? So which for a goalkeeper is not in there.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, for a goalkeeper, it's not too bad.
He's 30 years old.
30 years old, so
get him on a really cheap. See what happens. Like for a few years,
5-6 years if he stays well, And then you got the Slovenia guy as
is this true?
Backup.
Does Kepa really have the most saves in the Prem right now?
Oh no, yeah, his
he's got a save percentage of 83%.
83%. He has the highest.
Good for you, Kepa.
He has done well this season. Like he's done a few things like against Man City where.
But like what Andrew said, it's good prep for selling.
I never doubted his shot stopping. I don't rate goalies on their shot stopping. I rate goalies on what they did, like on Friday when he passed to a Fulham defender. That's what I rate. That's what I rate goalies on. Do you know what I mean? Like he's
just purely kicking.
He literally passed it to a Fulham defender.
It was a one mistake. Yeah, I remember which one you're talking about.
But you know what I mean? It's like that one mistake could have been very hefty. You know what I mean? So, anyway, it's Kepa. Let's be honest. Any of the goalkeepers, out of the two goalkeepers this summer that's going to be sold, it's going to be Mendy. Because Kepa's still got, everyone forgets, Kepa's still got, amazingly, after 5 years, by the way, he's still got 2 years left on his contract this summer. And still at over 150 grand a week. So who's going to pay that? No one. We're going to struggle to sell this guy. Yeah. So he'll probably be the number 2 next season. So.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, it's not looking good for Mendy. He's been out most of the season. When he has been on, he's not looked good at all. So, well, maybe I'm being harsh.
Contract talks are stalled, so because he wants parity with Kepa, and no club. Well, I say that no club will have big wages for both goalkeepers, unless you're Man United.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Unless you're Man United, who at one point were paying the guy over 300 grand a week,
Henderson, right?
Over 150 grand a week, and the third choice goalkeeper over 80 grand a week.
Really?
Wow.
That's absurd.
They do pay some stupid wages.
We're not going to have 2 goalkeepers on 150 grand a week. Not a chance.
No, yeah, I actually agree about you're not going to have 2 keepers on that. Mendy's definitely going. Kepa's probably going to have to fight his position with maybe, like you said, Martinez or something, or Costa, where we bring him in or something. Let's see who comes top.
the issue with Costa is that that's going to be a hefty price.
You reckon? How much?
Do we know? Do we know how much it's going to be? Or it's rumored
I think they're going to want in excess of 60 million plus.
Oh my! I don't know if
that's
risk
quite
that.
a hefty amount.
I mean, he's on a very long contract.
I'd rather just go for someone else.
Well, that's why the Brentford goalkeeper came up, Raya.
Raya?
Raya.
Yeah. We don't know what it's going to happen with Slolina too, so he could potentially be good.
Exactly. If you're going to get, he's probably, if he's not number 2, he's probably going to be sent out on loan.
True.
Yeah, which probably help his development. So
very possible. But yeah, we'll see what's going to happen with the. This is the first I've heard of any goalkeeper developments in a while, at least since prior to the World Cup. So it's good to see that we're back in the market. A goalkeeper, a striker, another midfielder. We do need to still work on those positions come the summertime. So it's good to see that there is some leeway being made there. Okay, almost coming to the last part of at tail end of the show. If you guys haven't already smashed the like button, go ahead and smash that like button and feel free to join the membership pinned to the top. 4 different tiers. Different emojis to be unlocked as we go ahead and continue. I want to just build a nice community here, inside jokes and all that stuff. And if you don't already know, Cement Mixer Gang is one of those tiers. Come be part of the Cement Mixer Gang. Anyways.
Whoa, that was wild.
But it's true. Cement Mixer Gang, man. That's who we are. So anyways.
You missed it. You should have put, I'm going to tell you afterwards what you should have also put as one of the levels.
It's not too late to change it. It's not too late to change it.
I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay. So next topic here I want to talk about is returning players. So I don't have many tweets about this, but I do have here Denis Zakaria is going to be one of the players that is potentially in contention for the West Ham game. We also have Reece James is available, as you guys already know. I'll read that in a minute. Well, who else is? I think Kante is training again. We have. Chilwell's training. Chilwell made a cameo.
The defender Fofana is training.
Fofana, true. That's another one I totally forgot about. Fofana's back in training.
Ruben's training as well. So.
Ooh, the whole injury gang's coming back.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the injury gang is coming back. It's looking pretty bright for us. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's good to hear that these players
on Saturday. We have Zakaria back on Tuesday. Touch wood.
Oh,
what's gonna happen?
Is it meal
Chris,
time?
man, stop making those noises.
Meal time.
Hey, if I can make those noises, I'm making a talent off it.
Hey,
oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a tier. That's gonna be a tier at some point. Yes. But yeah, it's nice to see that some players are coming back. I'm hoping that with these players coming back, the form can start to really turn around. I don't even think it's the players coming back at this point because of the form. I think it's certain players that are currently playing that shouldn't be. But that's a topic for us to discuss potentially on Saturday. We'll see what happens. So yeah, we'll touch on that on Saturday after the game and all that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's much to talk about here. Exciting to see Zakaria back. Exciting to see Kante back. Exciting to see Fofana back, who he has to step up when he comes back as well, because we got him for a hefty price, and he's been injured for a good majority of the season so far. So
he can't
see what happens with it.
You know, with Fofana, like, you know how good Baddie Shield's been this season?
Yeah.
Like, to me, he doesn't really replace him. Maybe he just comes in over Thiago Silva, like, games as well, like, rotation.
Oh, yeah, Pulisic as well in 2 weeks, apparently. Sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, yeah, like, he comes in for me, like, for Thiago Silva. It's like, see what you can do with Baddie Shield, because surely them two maybe look like the future for our centre-back partnership, and Thiago has a break there and there. Because Thiago, we can't play him every game. It's too much of a risk.
It is too much.
So I am excited to see Fofana, because we did invest a lot of money into him. 70 million. It's kind of a questionable price, but you know, you just pay them sometimes. And yeah, like, that's how I view it. Like, he can't replace Baddie Shield. Baddie Shield's actually too good right now.
He is. He's been fantastic.
Pulisic wrote, thanks for Thomas Bay's little chat, but Pulisic ain't changing anything, man. Let's be real, guys.
No, not with Mudryk in the team now, and
and just the injury, apparently just like a slight hamstring injury, which is fine.
He's doing so well without injuries, Pulisic. He was doing so well, and then he started to get a few games, and then it was like a player collision, wasn't it? Injury he got. It wasn't like just him running. As I remember, I can't remember.
It was a collision. It was a collision.
Yeah, he got fouled.
No, it was a collision. He like went to kick the ball and it just
I thought he got fouled.
Jammed up, you know, something like that. I don't remember.
You know what I mean? He's jamming up like a Glock, you know, like a gun.
yeah, like a Glock. Yeah.
Listen, man. You know what it is, man. Under the day, this guy, man.
Yeah.
If he's losing hamstrings, or like ACLs or MCLs, to just tapping a ball or like just passing the ball, then
it wasn't a tap, all right? I'm gonna be charitable here, man.
I'm not charitable.
He went to shoot. He went to shoot and the fucking ball just like you try kicking like I don't know.
I remember.
Look at that bums. Just look at that bums Ziyech, man. He doesn't even put any power into his shot.
What does Ziyech do?
You need to shut the fuck. I don't know. He's just mad he didn't leave, man. Ahmed with the stinky takes.
Hey, Ziyech is.
If I see that guy play, on Saturday. Potter.
Hey, he wasn't the biggest.
If that guy sees you, bro. If that guy sees you, I'm just saying.
Hey, see you later. You go in prison. You go in prison, and you're getting named and shamed.
You're getting named and shamed, man.
You know that, Marshall. Okay, you know that he's gone.
He's definitely not staying. Even if Chelsea want him, he wants to go.
Okay, collision.
Yeah, it was a collision. Okay. But all right, the last topic, and I think you guys might know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know how much there is to talk about this, but why not? There might be an interesting discussion. No, we talk about Mount enough on this fucking show.
Mental coach.
Yeah, let's talk about this guy, this gentleman here. Chelsea hire famous All Blacks manager to set new culture. Chelsea have hired the mental skills coach behind the All Blacks rugby union team, no dickheads policy, to create the one thing Todd Bowley money can't buy, a winning culture. Okay, I know I can't take this seriously. So we move on to here. It says words from Chelsea's new mental skill coach. I don't know if this audio is going to work.
Man.
Let me know if you guys can hear this. Can you guys hear
I
this?
need to hear this. I ain't heard it myself. Let me hear. Oh, I can't hear it. Damn.
All right, hold on. I think I know why. Let me just switch this real quick. Let's just.
Well, I thought Potter's good at emotion, man.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, we'll get on it. We'll get on it. But it's a weird one. I'm not gonna lie, boys. So yeah, what does this guy have to say?
He's gonna look at me.
I haven't heard this yet. Let's see what he's got to say.
And it's a curse because it sneaks up on you. You get situations where people have been there for a long period of time and they think, well, I've been here 10 years. What do you got for me? What are you going to give to me? And this whole sense of entitlement reigns. So we drive in this environment a culture where you're at ain't good enough. Where you're at is a place for you to determine where you've got to go. If you've got strong leaders and the culture's great, that are thirsting to keep pushing you up and keep pushing you forward, then you will be better at managing the times where it can actually seduce you. Complacency is a curse.
I mean, I like what he's saying with the complacency part. I've been saying that for a while. I feel like a lot of these players get very complacent. Mount being one of those players potentially, but we move.
A lot of them, Marshall. A lot of them.
Havertz, Pulisic, yeah, we can go down the list.
By the way, this isn't a first. Multiple teams have this type of person on their staff. Like you said, the All Blacks had him on their staff. He's not the manager or the coach of the All Blacks. He just comes in. The only reason people are uproar about this is because it's being advertised as such, right? That's the only thing. And it's been said by previous managers going back to Mourinho, second stint. There's a mentality issue at the club. Kante said it, Sarri said it, Lampard said it, Tuchel said it. And as best as you may think someone's got whatever the emotional intelligence is degree that he has or something like that. Maybe once it's sunk into a group for multiple years, it's hard to get out. And I don't think Potter has that type of A-type personality where he can go in and kick everyone's ass. I don't think he comes across like that. So, I'm up for anything because some of these players, the mentality stinks, which infects the squad quicker than negativity affects people quicker than positivity. So,
and not to mention too, We have potential stars in this club. We have very young kids who could grow up to be really, really good players, and there are egos that need to be kept in check. Which you guys, we've done this channel long enough, Chris and Andrew. You guys know my positions on players like Mbappe and Neymar and egos in the locker room. So it's just like one of those things that like I don't want that kind of environment. We see how that went with Romelu Lukaku and how it was divisive in the locker room. If it's true, what was reported. So it's just like it doesn't help the squad. I think this player power thing as well doesn't help the squad either. And I think where the Chelsea fans have an issue with this is the fact that it isn't already ingrained in Chelsea. Like Chelsea,
it was, but it's new.
Yeah, it was. It's gone away. Yeah,
because we let it go away. We let it ebb away and go away. And even those that have been there for quite a while, like Aspilicueta, maybe aren't as they got older, just haven't got that type of thing anymore. And now you got a few young players. They've already won a European Cup at a young age, so that will boost. That will do things to their ego and stuff like that. Because like with some of the fans, but I scored a winning goal in the Champions League final. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? So. Maybe he's going to go. That's great. But what about you've only scored 10 league goals since then? Do you know what I mean? How about that? Yeah, it's all great.
Imagine
this
guy.
You've only got 4 GNA in 45 games against the Big Six. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Or that's great. You run around, and you press people. But what is your quality? Because looks like you can't even pass 5 yards. Do you know what I mean? So it's
in a position
where it takes them like 10 seconds to think of a pass, and they just still pass it wrong.
Yeah, or it's like, or after the game, how does it affect you? How are you affected by losing? So, I mean,
the biggest part is also not listening to the manager,
right?
From what we've heard recently,
exactly. Or what are you doing to improve your game? Are you staying after training sessions, or are you just simply moving on? Moving about your day, stuff like that. And maybe he's been brought in to actually look and see who's the separate the good from the bad. Do you know what I mean?
I would like
maybe go to them. Do you know what? Even go to the manager. It doesn't matter what you do. At this time, this player's just not going to be what you want him to be. And my advice is to get him out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think. I'm not opposed to this. I think it's very much needed. It sucks that we have to come to this, but there are players in the locker room that do need to be, kept in check. 100%. We know that. And I like what Oliver's saying here, if it's true. What he likes about the appointment is that he's not limited to just the players. Potter will also be looked at by him, which I find to be really funny if that conversation ever happens.
This is in front of me. I'm not even copying. He said it right here. We look for early warning signs and wean the big egos out pretty quickly. Our motto is, if you can't change the people, change the people. The management might not spot those counterproductive behaviours. I didn't even read that. When I was talking like a minute ago, I wasn't even going off that. And he said literally right there. Yeah, I'm here to spot. And he says we, so he's obviously got a team or several people.
Yeah, of course.
We spot that's what I mean. We spot the egos. And we wean them out. So that's what I mean. So you see who's good for the group, who's bad for the group. Wean them out. If they can't change, you change them. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Some people might not even be aware of it. Some people have blind spots to others. So
it's like the anti-virus.
And to be fair, too, this team that we're building is very young. Right. Very young. We have Aspie. Jorginho's already out the door. Kovacic is potentially out the door. Aspie might be leaving too. Yeah. There's not much leadership anymore that knows the Chelsea way. So another guy that can come in and ingrain this into the youth that's coming in and really set that up for years to come, I think is a brilliant idea. And also, I do love the idea of someone setting Potter straight and be like, listen, bloke, you got to stop playing this Mason Mount kid.
Listen, bloke.
He's horrible. Yeah, it's his Australian accent.
This is what I do.
Mate.
I will say that's why I'm worried about it.
Is he from Australia or New Zealand? Because those are two different accents.
Okay.
Two different accents.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just like
I'm being a typical American right now. Okay.
Just like everyone in America doesn't go, "Hey, dude," or "Yeah, I'll tell you what, there, mate," or
you're right.
Stuff like that. And just
except I do go, "Hey, dude."
Yeah. In some places, yeah.
Oh my days!
But it is the one thing I do worry about, though. Like
stand up, boy.
People like Enzo and all these other players coming in, coming into a team what's full of a virus. I think we do have a bit of a virus in our team. What does need clearing, and you know what? That's what I want to see, like clearing out players who were mentally or whatever, like a bit of a virus to the club. Just cut them off.
Now,
don't need to be in the squad.
There's also an issue that he can say all this to Potter, right? But it's still down to Potter to action these things, yeah? That might be an issue as well. Like Oliver said, he might go, well, he might report back to whoever said, I told Potter this or his group about this, but they don't really see an issue and still want to perform like this. But we're seeing still bad performances on the pitch. He might go, okay, so he's not willing to change or stuff like that. Then that becomes a bigger issue. Now, hopefully it doesn't, but you can't rule that out as well. So.
Hopefully they change Bantu. Don't worry. It won't be as entertaining as Tuchel, but
I don't get this. I don't know why you guys watch a press conference. They don't ask the relevant questions.
Tuchel, you're right. Tuchel just had a very entertaining press conferences.
Even Tuchel's one, they asked him, some of the questions were, what's your favourite music or irrelevant questions or stuff like that in a press conference.
If you could describe your football kind of music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys bother watching it. It's not entertaining. Yeah. The interviews after the football games are more entertaining than the press conference.
I think to be fair, though, it is a good injury update if they ask, because they don't always ask, unfortunately. These looking at that one, but yeah, I haven't watched a press conference since Tuchel left, so
I've not watched a press conference since Mourinho.
There you go.
I've been watching them, man. I just like to have a little cheeky listen, see what's about, but
I don't blame you. But boys, I think we are gonna wrap it up anyway. So everyone, thank you so much for coming here. Thank you everyone who smashed the likes. Thank you for getting us to 1,600 subscribers. So big up to everyone in the chat. You guys are goated. You are Chelsea legends in my book. Casual FC merchants
on
the road to 17, then 18, then 19, then 2K. Hopefully we can get 2K, ladies and gents. You guys already know what to do. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss when we're going to go live. You never know when we go live with my hectic schedule. Could always be at any minute. Make sure you're leaving a comment down below. Check out the links in the description. The Casually FC Twitter is officially now available. So go ahead, follow us on Twitter. It's run by Will, so don't expect to talk to me. Unless it's for business reasons, then maybe I'll be in some DMs. But yeah, it's Will. Okay, it's not me. Maybe Chris as well, but it's Will for the most part. So don't worry. But it is there. It is there for you guys to promote the channel and all that stuff, and get in touch with other potential guests that may come on the channel. We don't know yet. We'll see. But also memberships. It does help out the channel greatly. Check out the tiers. Check out the perks. Check out the emojis. The more memberships we get, the better the emojis we're going to have in there, and you guys are going to have fun with it. I promise you. But yeah, guys, thank you everyone who came in today. Everyone, you have a great evening. We'll see you again, I believe, Saturday. I think I'm going to say Saturday in the evening. I'm not going to do an hour after the game. I think we'll wait till the matches are done. We'll do a 10 o'clock stream, and then we'll review the game and all that. We'll have some time to calm down. Yeah, it's also it's the beginning of the day. There's so many games that are going to be happening that day. So everyone enjoy the matches and come back here for some Chelsea review. But all right, ladies and gents, we're out of here. Stay casual and have a good night. Peace.